Hi guys, and welcome back to Mums in Melanin. My name is Iola.
I'm Debbie.
I'm Takoni.
And I'm Takomba.
And today we have another good topic for you. But before we get into that, you know what I'm going to say? It's time to click the bell, hit subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a mum to tell a neighbor. We need you, all right? Okay, so guys, we're going to get into it. The topic today is there a particular age that's too old to live in mum's house? Should you be charged rent in mum's house? What's the dynamic around this whole living in your parents' house? Are we too lenient? Is there a way? Is there not a way? What are you guys saying?
So a part of me wants to say there's no like you're never too old, isn't it? I think it depends on your circumstance. But I could understand how it could be awkward if like, you're in your mid-30s, you're dating a guy who's also in his mid-30s, and he's just like his mum's. Like, and you're not seeing anything. I think it needs to be more of a bigger picture. If you're at your mum's house and you're saving for a deposit, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But if you're just at your mum's house because you're at your mum's house.
Okay, so are we saying there's
And
an
you're not-
age that we can cut off? You're saving for a deposit until what age?
That's
You know what I mean? Like, because you can
If
be
you're in
saving
your 40s,
potentially in the way the way of the world
economy.
now, you can be saving for a deposit for a very long time.
Yeah, sure.
But again, I wouldn't knock a person. If they were in their 40s and it's like, okay, I'm saving. It's like, when did you start saving? No, it's like you're in your 40s and you just started saving last year. Something's gone wrong here.
But then what? So they should leave? Because they just started saving.
They shouldn't leave now because they're
I've been saving for the past 8 years or 7 years, and they're still saving.
They should be close now, though. Okay,
So
you hope so.
Are you looking at it from the perspective of the girlfriend or the mother?
The girlfriend.
Forget that. As a mother, when are you saying, okay, listen,
It's
you've
time.
saving for 8 years, you need to go?
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I get what you mean, because like moms need a life as well. The mom needs a house back. But also, like, if your child has a plan, you don't really want to put that expense on them. Do you understand? Because now they're going to go renting. They're spending like 1,008, 1,006 a month to live, when actually, if they have, I think you have to have a discussion.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
In terms of, like we mentioned about plan, was it you? Like, yeah, you need to have a plan. The young person needs to have a plan. Or
The young person.
They need to have a plan, but sitting down with that person and saying, you know, your child saying, you know, what is the plan? How much are you saving? And I guess from the onset, you will know how many years it will take them to save to get to whatever their goal is.
Guys, we're kind of assuming that everyone's open with their finances. Even though, you know, you're living with your mum or your parents or whatever, not everyone shares how much they make.
You're saving. You don't need to say how much you're making, but this is how much I aim to save every month.
So if I say to you, based on my finances, I'm saving £250 because that's what I have.
Yeah, we've got many problems. But I guess maybe to bring the question back, at what age do you start looking at this person? Like, actually, they're taking up room. When are you getting out?
Yeah.
When are your plans to escape?
Pause. Everyone's saying age. What's your age?
For getting out.
That you're looking at.
Start talking to them.
Yeah.
It depends if it's a boy or a girl, though. It depends on female.
Okay, so give your...
Yeah.
Okay, give your one for a boy.
For a boy, I think around 30 at least.
30. And for your girl?
Probably about the same, but then maybe a bit younger, depending on whether she's married. Yeah, because girls go off the market.
You're trying to push her.
Okay, what's your own?
I'm not pushing her, but you know, like it's in my head, it's more likely that the girl probably leave home before the guy.
Okay.
That's
We're
interesting.
going to revisit that because I find that very interesting. Please continue.
I think, to be honest, my desire is that my children own you need to own houses from quite early. So because of that, no, I can't. It for me, it doesn't really. Okay, the age that you should be under your own roof. Yeah, I think 30, 31. Okay. Let's start moving on. But hopefully you have assets before that.
Okay. T?
Yeah, by 30 you should be out. Like, if you can be out earlier, I'm happy with that as well.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I think it depends, because I think like the hope is that we can put our children on, isn't it?
Exactly.
So then they can hopefully flee the nest earlier.
Exactly.
Our parents, you know, it wasn't something they were able to do. So yeah, 30. If you're looking at me somehow before 30, what did you do? Like, hello, we're together. We're still we're struggling. We're trying to make it.
But the reason why I said that is because if your child has an asset, so they have a home already, you've been able to support, you know, towards their deposit or whatever, but they still want to stay under your roof.
Yeah.
Do they have to pay rent?
No, get out. I want my life back.
How are they affecting your life? How are they affecting your life?
My kids are so young, but I'm dreaming of the days when they flee. I'm already thinking that, is this only seasonal? Eventually I'll be able to go back
Yeah, but
to
is that
my
not
life.
because they need you more in terms of what you physically do for them? They're
Telling
adults.
me that the needs become different. They always need you. She's got.
They'll still need you from afar, you know. They got a car. They're gonna drive back home.
Yeah, but in your late 20s,
No, it's not the same.
You're just living with your child.
My husband. I want to be able to be free with my husband. Maybe before the kids.
We'll get back to this somehow.
It's always the case, isn't it?
Be free. Point is, like if things are lined up, let's say they've got like their own asset, they've got their own home, then go. And what are we doing here together?
What if they're just renting it, just trying to
rent out
save?
one room and you live in the other room.
So regardless, you need to keep it moving.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
So what do you guys think?
I agree. My age is like 30-ish. But that's when I'm asking you, okay, what's going on? Wherever you tell me, let me be real with you guys. I'm not kicking my kids out of the house. I'm actually not. It's fine. Like,
I wouldn't kick my kids out of the house, but it will be I'll be encouraging them to feed the nest.
No, but after a while, encouragement becomes kicking. That's why she said that. Because when you encourage 1 year, 2nd year, 3rd year, it starts to become,
Basically, for me, in my head, the reason you're in the house is for a reason. So whether it be saving for your own or you're renting out yours and you're just living here temporarily, like, it's fine. But we need to have a plan, like you said. Like, there has to be a plan in place. Between me and you guys, am I gonna kick them out? No. Like 40, you're there for a reason. You're not.
So you know some people.
There's not. Let's be
real.
real.
Some people are there because the food is free.
Exactly.
No. But
exactly.
Bearing in mind, you know the children you're raising. So
exactly.
we're not raising our children to be reliant on us. We're raising them to be self-sufficient.
I
agree with you.
House at 40 years old, something has happened, and that's fine. We'll deal with that, and then you move on. It's as simple as.
But you do know there's some people that genuinely, they're not good savers. They will say they're saving. They said they're doing this. They look back, oh my God, it's not quite worked out. How many chances do you get? Is there ever...
No, the first time I realised that actually you're not a good saver, and this is not... I'm going to be taking your money. I'm going to...
But that's what I'm saying. It's a big man. This is a big man or woman. Who's going to give it to you?
How are you a big man or woman, but you're living in my house?
So now you're going to check them out. This is it.
I'm not checking you.
Can I tell you that the way you dress, the way on a Saturday morning you've dressed them down already, you told them pack your bag and be going.
You know what?
She said you want to talk to me about that in my house.
Yeah, because guess
that
what?
boy would choke on his egg like.
I'm not going to kick you out, but you want to leave.
Exactly.
So either
exactly.
And we do it together, or you carry your bag and you go.
Exactly.
You're not going to stay anywhere too long that, I can't take this no more, man. My mum keeps sending me after. Hey, now you got to find your place to live. It's very simple.
Exactly.
It's very simple. But I also understand that for a grown man or woman to still be in their parents' house, something must have gone wrong.
Not always. Not always. In all honesty, some people have moved out of their parents' house.
Yeah.
They found it quite difficult because they've never had to pay bills and council tax and this and that.
Yeah.
They realised real life is kind of the ghetto. And they said, you know what, let me go back to mum's house and slowly figure it out right now that I don't have kids or whatever.
But then eventually they're going to get into a relationship.
Guys, we're being hopeful. I know people like this.
And some people
are just like that. Yeah.
And everyone knows we're married. It's not...
What if you don't get married till 42?
30s.
You don't want to be spending all your money on rent, so you just sit at your mum's house. Some people are like that.
I know.
You know what I liken it to, yeah? And literally just going back to the point I just made. You know, like, you know when you use contraception, it makes your womb an hostile environment, so that no egg wants to go and be sitting there for too long.
My days.
My egg should not be sitting in the hostile environment.
So you're going to make it hostile for them?
It'll be hostile in the sense that, like I just said, which girlfriend are you bringing to my house? Where? I don't want girls in my house.
At what?
I don't want sex in my house. I am big 30-something years old. You should have a house of your own. What is that?
Debbie, you're taking that child out.
I'm not checking
indirectly.
I'm never.
But you're saying
I'm never going to
together.
kick my children out of the house.
But she's going to frustrate them out.
But
That's what she's going to do.
That you want to be out of the house. Because what is that?
So basically, you're indirectly kicking them out. You're frustrating them out.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I wasn't... Like, if my child, let's say, from uni... They wanted to like stay like somewhere like their own place.
Yeah. From uni,
From uni, come home, babes.
Yeah, come home.
Because guess what? The world is a very, very, very scary place, and it's getting scarier and scarier. Yes, when I say scary, I mean everything's going up. Inflation is a real thing.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time our children are ready to go and buy,
to support themselves, they have a job straight out of uni, it's a great
but guess
job,
what?
and they have a place. Maybe they even have enough.
but they're not going to
to
have it
uni.
straight away.
Not
but
to
it's
buy,
possible.
maybe to rent.
To buy,
but then,
let's-
but
let's
then
To
one,
buy.
let's
When
say
do they
by-
want to rent?
But let's say by then, let's say they did have it to buy, they can go. I don't
That's
mind.
fine, but
You don't have to
buying
go.
is not, I want it today, I'm going to get it tomorrow. No, it's a process. In that time, however long it takes, a year,
Okay,
a year and a half.
we're talking about two different
as
things. Talking
well.
about saying if you have it,
Yeah.
then go. And I think we all agree with that. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Debbie's saying in the trying to get there, because you may have a good job, but you still don't have enough to pay your whole rent, all your bills, and save enough.
Yeah,
Do you
but I'm
get
saying
it?
if you have it, I don't feel like 21, 22 is too young.
Can I say,
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want my daughter to leave. I don't think you need to leave at
21,
21. That's young. That's
what
very
you
young
should
for me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
still young.
If you've got a good head on your shoulders, you've got a good job.
If you've got a good head on
and
shoulders.
they've been at uni 3 years, more likely to be living at uni as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but I mean, does anyone remember what uni are like? Like, uni's not real life. Like, it's just not. Sorry, let's not pretend here. Firstly, and number two, for me, at 21, I'd much rather you buy something, stay in my house, rent it out, make more money. Let's see what we can do for your future. Why am I forcing you to go and live and go and find a house now? You don't have to. As long as you're responsible in my house, as long as you know you're not waiting for me to be picking up your pant,
But even
nothing
from there,
silly.
there's an angle where they have something. It's not like they're staying in a house without anything. They've got something. They bought a property and they're renting it out.
Yeah.
If a young lady met a guy and he was in his mum's house but he earned a place that was renting out, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Because he can actually move. He can move there anytime.
Yeah.
But someone that has nothing is totally different.
So, how do we feel about children paying, or people, young adults paying rent to their parents?
So for me,
I think it's fantastic. Oh, sorry, go.
go on.
No, please start. We want to hear
You
this.
already started yours. So I'll tell you mine after. No, you said fantastic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go on.
What you said so for me. So where are we going with this? Okay, cool. Fantastic. No, I saw a post, and I think I told you that this is exactly what I'm going to do with my kids. I'm going to take rent from them, and I'm going to put it aside into their account. And then when they're old enough, I'm going to give it to them as a deposit for their first place.
So what age? Yeah, exactly.
So from when they start working. So when you start working, you get your NI at what, 16? So if they're working at 17, 18.
Kiana's going to be
Kiana's
paying
gonna
rent soon.
Kiana, you get money. Be giving me rent. Like, it won't be anything substantial in the beginning, but maybe like £100 a month.
Contributing to the house.
Yeah, contributing, and I'll be saving it, and then that'll be your money towards your deposit.
But question, are you telling them you're saving it?
No, I'm telling you, you're paying me rent.
And you're just going to take it?
Bills need to be paid in this house. Inflation is a real thing. You see this light that you kept on all night? This is what I'm using the money for.
But hold on.
What age
Off the
they
back of
have
that,
to
though.
deposit
Off the back
money?
of that. Yes, obviously, I get what you're saying about saving, saving for them. But the reality is they've got their laptop until midnight. They have their straighteners. They're using it all night. The truth is, inflation is real. They are burning much more electric and gas and all the rest of it than if they weren't there. So you're saying that regardless of how they live, you're going to save everything. Nothing's going towards the bills. You're not going to charge them anything.
So,
Or even make them contribute towards gas and electric.
so
Even.
Yeah.
no. So I'm not going to. No. So any money I take from them, my plan is to put it aside for them. Again, I don't know the way of the world, how things are going to move going forward, but I just feel like this is my house, so it's my responsibility. You're always going to be my child, regardless of your age. So while you're in my house, you have the luxury of whatever. But the aim is for you to flee the nest. When you flee the nest, you'll see that the reason why I'm telling you to turn off my light. The reason why I'm telling you can't go and bath at this time of the night is because everything costs money. Every day we're charging you that you run the water, that you forget, let me go and do something, and the water's still running. You'll realise that Thames Water, they're coming for you. They came for me, guys. I was perplexed. So, yeah, like, you'll see, obviously you speak to your children, isn't it? You let them know, like, listen, you're living a good life. Life is going to come at you fast. My mum told me. My mum even told me, this your one that you're coming to do, when you go and feel it. When I felt it, I said, Mummy. She said, don't ask me.
It's a real thing.
Because it's, life comes at you fast, and you either sink or swim. So and if you sink, maybe you come back up again.
So are they paying bills though? Are they paying any bills? Are they contributing to bills?
Heads, they're paying bills.
Okay, but in reality, they're not.
In reality, no.
Okay, so basically, you're giving them the mindset, or you're helping them understand what it is to have expenses, but they're not actually paying for it because you're giving it back to them. Yeah. Okay, what about everyone else?
So I feel like if you need the money, then you should collect the money. So I get Debbie's point. This is like outside of Debbie's one. Obviously, Debbie's one, you're saving it for them.
Yeah.
But I think like most parents, it's because they need the money. That's why they're asking for it. Yeah. So my hope is at that point I won't need the money, so I'm not gonna ask you for it because we won't need it like that. Do you understand? But I feel like now when parents ask for the rent, it's because they need it. And I think even more times, even if the child moved out, the parent will still be looking at them like to maybe help them out here and there. So I think there's a real need. That's why. So it's like obviously we're like first, second generation. So the parents still need that extra income to support them. But I feel like if the parents didn't need the money, you shouldn't be asking. Do you understand that? I don't get the principle of it. I don't think it's really teaching them anything really.
It's funny you say that because I know someone who basically paid for little Sky Hair, whatever, these small bills, and she paid rent. And for her, it wasn't like rent, actual rent that you pay outside. It might be like £200 or something a month rather than 650 or whatever the London rents are. But for her, she felt that it helped her when she moved into her own house. She felt that she understood what it was to be able to manage her money, to kind of keep on top of her expenses, etc. Now her sibling didn't pay anything because she was like, the baby of the house, and that one just panicked, like, because obviously you've had everything done for you. Food is one of the most, it's a thief of the night, if you like. Like, food is a very big consumer, right? You don't realize how expensive it is when you're just eating it and it's just readily available for you. But when you need to go and do your food shopping, but gas still needs to be paid and council tax and this and the other, it can be a real culture shock for some people, and they don't actually want to live on their own because it's like, do you know what, it's too much. And some people even get married and still not be good with money because they'll never train to be good with money. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless you have a parent or someone who's sitting you down and teaching you about money, sometimes that is the avenue to say, this is what life is actually going to look like for you. Start prepping now. Do you know what I mean? Even though I stand by Debbie's point, because that's something I would do, the saving thing, but I do think it's good to make you understand that life isn't, that's when people just start saying adulthood is the ghetto, and it is the ghetto in some ways, but because you've just never been exposed to that reality, and that is the reality. You're not going to escape these things. Bills are real. Do you know what I mean? Like, expenses, that is just part and part of life.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I get that. Yeah, I still think I'll teach my kids about money now.
100%.
Yeah. So then you wouldn't take anything.
Yeah.
So you want ask them
or
for
taking
money.
ownership on certain bills in the house. Maybe
we can.
My
My hope is, to be honest, like, again, reason why people don't tell their parents how much they earn, right? More times is because they may earn more than their parents, or their parents still in need there. Do you know what I mean? Your parent found out you were earning 60k, they'll be looking at you like, huh? And you only come once a month and give me 100. Do you understand? My hope is, again, for my own children, it's not that scenario. It's actually, you could be honest with me, and it's like, okay, put this towards here, do this. I can now advise you better. We have to kind of do
advise in what way? For the household or for themselves?
For them, not for them. Okay. Yeah, for them. How to manage their finances, because ultimately the lesson that your friend got out of this was how to manage her finances, isn't it?
Yeah.
So actually, maybe we can have open discussions. But we can discuss.
But sometimes theory is not, it doesn't get transferred to practical for everyone.
Again, I've got a guy in my team, and his dad, from when he first got his ever job, his dad told him, 10%, you put this in your stocks and shares, this is where it goes. And he's like in his 30s now, he still does it. And his dad transferred that to him. And that's something that many people don't get. So I feel like it's, if it's money lessons, that's, taking money from my child isn't going to how I'm going to teach them money. But I can see how it's helpful.
And I think it depends on the child, because some children will tell you that they're putting the 10% that you set up from them in the beginning, they're continuing on, and they're not. Someone might decide they're going to, do you know what I mean, live a more of a flamboyant life with their money, and there's no way for you to really know unless you're kind of keeping tabs on them, checking their statements. There's going to come an age where you can't really be doing that. Do you know what I mean?
You need to feel. Sometimes you need to just learn for yourself. Like,
that's sad.
That's the truth sometimes.
That's so sad.
It's the truth. Just hope you do it young enough so you can fix yourself out.
I do feel like everyone goes through that phase where there's, I guess our generation anyway, like there's not a real connection with money. I feel like everyone's had a store card, a credit card, that they just thought student loan, something, can you call, what do they call it? Overdrafts. That they just thought it's free money.
Even the young
until
ones,
it comes back and bites you in your
those
bum.
BBLs, no one can tell me it's not student loan money they're using. 21-year-olds with BBLs, you just, that's student loan.
What?
And now eating them for the rest of the time.
No way.
Come January, they'll pay you again.
What did your grandma just do? What's she blowing?
I'm blowing the money away. And you know what's mad? My student loan, let's not even talk about it. I might as well get a BBL. I didn't even get a BBL. I didn't even have something to show for it. I didn't get a car. I didn't get a car.
I got bags, shoes, I bought a lot of
I know
things.
people that, obviously back in the day, house prices were different.
Yeah.
I know people that were saving for deposits.
100%.
They left uni, they bought homes with student
100%.
loans.
Correct somebody's.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But yeah, not everybody's different, isn't it?
Everyone is different. That's just the
And there's
reality.
different routes to get there.
That's it. I want to go back to your point of
Female and male.
yeah. Don't be doing my kids like this yet. Please go.
I'll be watching them, but I would expect my boys to stay. Like boys, I'll expect my kids to probably stay till marriage, hoping that that's the case.
Boys and girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would think. So I'll expect my boy to get married at an older age than the girls.
So this is a bit of a tangent, but then is there like when he turns like 28 and you're not really seeing that there's anyone around, do you think you'll be that kind of mother that'll be asking questions and all the rest of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Off the back of that, are you now going to be asking questions of the girls when they're 25? And now, where's your husband?
No, it's not by force. It's probably something that in the background I'll be thinking, but I'm not going to be sitting down thinking, oh, where's your husband? Why are you still at home? If my daughter's 30, 32 and she's still at home, I won't be saying to her like, what's going on?
But you know, sometimes we say things that we never think we'll do, and you get older and you find yourself doing it, you're thinking, ooh, I never thought it would be me. You never think you're going to be that mum, and then you get there and you realise that and you kind of see things from their point of view.
No, but things have already changed. Like, people are not having children as young. Like, people are not getting married as young. Things have already changed. So you have to have that understanding. I mean, our parents, well, my mum, hers was very, very different because she got married really young. So in her mind, by the time I finished uni, okay, you're 21 now, what's happening? But no, I wouldn't be pushing the kids, but in the back of my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But obviously encouraging them with money, like you're saying, in terms of saving, in terms of just being wise with money, managing money.
So
no, I'm gonna take another direction to go.
Okay, so you know there's some cultures that they when they marry, I think it's the Asian community. They move in with the in-laws, the parents.
Yeah. To make them save though, it is. No. But remember, a lot of them, there's different. There's different reasons to why they do that. So I know someone. She's a colleague of mine. She moved into her husband's family house, and their thing was that they all put their money together to build businesses, so they all have ample income. Like they build like the family wealth, if you like. So technically, them buying into that was making them richer quickly than if they were to go and buy their own house. So you know. Sometimes there's different reasons to why they do it. Some people do it just to save, then move into their parents' or their in-laws' house, whatever, for a period of time to save enough money quickly so they're not paying rent, so they can get on the property ladder and get a property for themselves. I don't necessarily think it's bad because I think even the couple, nobody is loving this. I don't think the in-laws loving it, and I don't think the couple's loving it. Everyone wants some type of privacy. But it's kind of like, it's a sacrifice, short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. That's the way I see it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because like we said, property prices right now.
That's what I'm saying. I could have, like, my child could, that's what I'm saying, after uni, you come home, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then go out into the world. Because
one of my friends, she's not even married, but her parents left the house for them, her and her brother, and went and just bought their own house.
Love that.
Oh, wow.
Like a smaller place.
Yeah.
I would love to do that, Like, you people stay
not a
there.
smaller place though, but I love the...
Yeah, no, but I mean, they wanted something just cute and like, imagine living in a big house for years and years and years, bringing up your children and the rest of it. Now it's just you and your husband. What are you doing with them?
Yeah. 4-bed or whatever,
They'll go and get people to rent the room.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love all of that. So.
What was the direction you were going in?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh. All right, guys, we hope you've enjoyed that. Let us know your views. Are you into renting? We'll come back with part 2.
You ain't seen us again.
So guys, what's your views? Are you for making your children pay rent or not? Is there an age? Is there not an age? Is there a gender? Is there not an gender? Please leave a comment down below and we will see you next time. Bye.